Hello, 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 beautiful strangers, and welcome back to another episode of You and Me and Her. When last we left off, there was a revelation that was made, a realization by, well, maybe not a realization by, maybe, because we don't know if she's actually accepted it yet, but a realization by Aoi, and, I'm interested into seeing where it's gonna go. And just as a quick aside before we start, I'm a bit tired. I'm also not feeling 100% great. I ate a little bit too much cake. I have a chocolate cake recipe. It's fucking incredible, like one of the best I've ever had, if not outright the best chocolate cake I've ever had. And I made it, and it's great, but I had slightly too much. It's like that feeling of when you're about to eat slightly too much cake, but not enough to the point where you're like, it's like where you know that you shouldn't. It's just one of those, that's probably a bit too much, and it'll be fine. And it's that whole thing, and you're never fine, because it's always too much. But you're going to push the limits. Anyway, enough of my waffling on, just in case this episode is a little bit on the short side, and the next couple as well. Tasty. Tasty drinks. Though I'm still not drinking rum. I don't wanna drink liquor when recording. The last couple of times that's happened, bad things have happened. But anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? And the sun began to set. Aoi? Hey, Aoi. Doo-doo? Are you still having trouble getting any signal? Just won't go through no matter what. Aoi didn't show up to her afternoon classes. Instead, she stayed on the roof and has been calling God since lunch. I'm gonna head home now. What about you? Gonna stay here and try for a little longer. Aoi needs an update patch, a bug fix patch. Yeah, you and like a lot of other things I've been playing recently. Anyway, it's important. Look, I think you should call it a day. See? Edu's hungry. Shinichi? Can you take care of Edu for me? I mean, sure. I don't mind. We didn't make plans for her to stay over tonight, which means I'm going to be looking after Edu by myself anyway. I bend down and pick up the kitten. Just don't overwork yourself, alright? Aoi will be fine. Just gotta patch up my bugs. After all, Aoi will never be anything more than a friend to you. Wait. That's the exact same thing I said earlier. Did she overhear me after all? Before I can ask her about it, Aoi starts dialing again. Phone in hand, she looks out over the town, transmitting to a god beyond the furthest reaches of our world. That was the last time I saw Aoi before she disappeared. All she left behind was a single kitten. It was just so sudden. Pop, pop, pop. I guess she wanted to cut ties with us. Miyuki mutters to herself. Just when I thought we'd all patch things up too. Why would Aoi ghost us like this? Do you have any idea where she might be? Of course not. I don't have the first clue. I tried to ask my home read teacher about Aoi, but all he would tell me was, we haven't heard anything from her. No one knows anything about her family situation either. Apparently, no one else has any idea she was staying at a manga cafe in the first place. Ever since then, I've gone up to the center of the universe exactly once. I thought maybe if I called her from up there, my phone signal might reach her. I know it was just gamer brain. I was basically just hoping for a miracle. But no matter how many times I tried, the call never went through. All I got were out of service error messages. But that's just how it goes, right? Someone new comes into your life, and then next thing you know, they're gone. Another person comes, another person goes, over and over. So what if she's gone? Nothing's changed. If anything, things have just gone back to normal. Aoi's not in my life anymore. That's all there is to it. I'm sure I'll get used to it soon. I'll get used to it soon. I'll get used to it. Hey, Eru. I'll get used to it eventually, right? But Aoi's kitten just quietly laps up his milk. Oh God. What am I looking at here? As soon as Yutaro steps into the classroom, he walks over and slaps a piece of paper on my desk. A club resignation form. Wait, there's something written above it. A letter of expulsion? Yeah, what for? Seems to be I made a mistake inviting you to the BD club. Fuck, that still sounds a lot. No, whatever. As of today, you're out. Okay. How are you okay with this? I mean, I didn't want to join in the first place. I didn't realize you were such a coward. You call yourself a man, but you feel the weight of your loneliness upon your shoulders. Find your dreams. That's how a real man lives. You have fun without me, buddy. Yutaro can keep screaming all he likes, but Huh? Out of nowhere, Yutaro grabs me by the collar. He glares at me with an intensity about 50% more obnoxious than usual. Yutaro? I'm cutting ties with you. What? I can't be friends with you if you won't even go looking for Muko. Never speak to me again. Cutting ties. The familiar word pierces my heart. Come on, it's not funny. Not messing around, I'm serious. Shinichi, I know you know. If you let your dreams slip away, you'll ruin your life. And I know you know what you need to do. Oh, a choice. Well, let's take a drink. Tasty. Well, I say tasty. It's really not that tasty. I wish I had better wine. It's not horrible. I actually got used to it pretty quickly, thankfully, so there is that. There is that little benefit. Yeah, as I sit here stalling, trying to come up with something interesting about why I want to choose which choice, fuck it, let's just listen to the obnoxious man. We'll search for my dreams. Maybe I should do a little video that shows what happens if you do all the bad choices. I don't know if I will do that, actually. I don't know if I'll remember, or if it would actually lead to anything interesting, because honestly, I don't think it will. The bad endings in this game are very boring, so not really worth getting. The main story and the main branches are what's interesting. To me anyway. Yutaro's willing to cut ties with me over this. I've been turning a blind eye to it for a while now, but I know I can't just sit on my ass. I'm gonna look for Aoi. Attaboy. Now that's real BD boy if I ever saw one. Yutaro rips up the letter of expulsion. If he eats it again, I'm I don't know, take a drink or something. The search begins today after school. Huh? Are you coming with me? But of course, I'm your captain after all. Alright, see you then. You certainly will. We exchange a firm handshake. Meanwhile... Miyuki glares silently at us from across the room. I mean, to be fair, if Yotaro was anywhere near my proximity and speaking in his normal manner of speech, I probably would be glaring too, but, you know, that's just me. Why are you wearing a shirt that says Roman there, my dude? Are you trying to start something here? I mean, I know I named myself after a Roman emperor, but you don't have to point it out that much, my man. Whatever. Let's find those dreams. Apparently, Taro decided to change clothes for this. Seriously though, I don't actually know why he's wearing a shirt that says Roman on it. Does it have to do with the Asian thing of wearing, I think it's actually in every country, wearing shirts with English on them that is just absolute gibberish bullshit, and with English countries wearing shirts that are written in a foreign language that have absolutely gibberish bullshit written on them. I don't know, I kind of want to get one of those shirts, but that's just me. I like dumb things. Guess he wants to wear his enthusiasm on his sleeve. Literally. Our guitar song is pretty good. So, what's the plan? We should figure something out. Or we could just wing it. Akebono Yutaro, the champion of winging it. And wing it we do. At some point during the search, he gets distracted by a pretty girl on the street and decides to follow her. Fucking creepy, dude. Then we take a break and hang out at the batting cages. Then we get chased by a random stray dog. Then when we try to ask around about Aoi, people think we're hitting on them. Well, I think that's just because Yutaro probably, whatever. Then the older lady at the tobacco shop bats her lashes at us. Then we follow our dreams all the way to the adult store. Seriously, dude? I mean, where I am, I've been to adult stores before. They don't let people in. If you even look like you might be under 18, they check ID. The closest thing that doesn't is Spencer, and Spencer sucks. So, you know, your mileage may vary on that, I guess, depending on where you live. I mean, I can't say much. I've been able to buy booze and cigarettes whenever I was in, not booze, I was able to buy cigarettes for, friends that smoked whenever I was like 14, 15, so, there isn't too much, because I looked old enough. Yeah, don't smoke. I don't either, but, some people do, and I hope if you do, you can quit. That is the dream, I think, from what I've heard. Is any of this really going to help us find her? Not like you actually want to find her anyway. What? You're glad Muko's gone, aren't you? Of course not. Would you rather set the record straight at the risk of someone getting hurt? Or leave things vague and run away? What's your typical go-to response? Hey, don't talk about me like that. Or something. We spent every day after that just wandering around town. Every day we brainstormed places Aoi might go to. Every day I wondered to myself, where are you right now? What are you doing? What are you thinking about? She was spending her nights at a manga cafe, but she never explained why she refused to go home. She was avoiding her parents, but she never told me why they made her life so hard. She would typically never let her emotions show, but I never knew what made her hide them. She often mixed up fiction with reality, but I could never be sure she was serious. I am looking for a thing on the desk next to me. It's not here for some godforsaken reason. Ah, here we are. There we go. Sorry, I needed a notepad in case I had to write. Well, I need a notepad. I needed a specific notepad I jot stuff down for if I'm recording. But I could never be sure if she was serious. She believed God made our world as a video game, but I don't know what led her to that conclusion in the first place. And now that she's gone, I finally realized just how little I ever really knew about her. Hey, Edu, you're a transceiver cat, right?
Meow!
Which means you can sense Aoi's signal, right? Could you take me to her? But Edu ignores me. I can't pick up signals on my own, and I can't get through to her over the phone. All I can do is search for her the only way I know how. As I stare up at the night sky, I think back. The things she fixated on when we visited Catnip, the way she licked her ice cream from Kodakami Electronics, how she used to open her potato chip bags, the flavor she liked best, the paths she chose on the way to the corner store, the way she'd act any time we spotted a dog, the side of the sidewalk she chose, the way she walked down the stairs, the way she carried her book bag, what shoes she would put on first, the way she'd blink at me, the way she looked at me and Miyuki, every slight movement, every breath. They all rush vividly to the forefront of my mind. These memories are all so important to me, and I refuse to let them go. I always thought Muko was kind of like a mannequin, but at some point I started thinking, maybe she feels pain like the rest of us. Italo leans against the vending machine as he talks. For all his obnoxious behavior, deep down, he really does care. Thanks for spending your weekend helping me out with this. After all that walking, I think I figured out how I feel. But of course, my good sir. Just call me the evangelist of dreams. Yeah, I'm not gonna call you that. Oh, sorry, one sec. I pull out my phone. There's an email from Miyuki in my inbox. It reads, "Are you busy later? I need to talk to you. Please come by the batting cages tonight. It's important." The moon is gorgeous tonight. Crickets chirp as I walk down by the river. I haven't been back to the batting cages since that fateful day. Miyuki's form is beautiful, just as it always is. The baseball flies up and hits the net. Want a turn? I'll pass. Don't you ever get tired of just watching? Not really, and apparently you don't get tired of swinging either. Of course not, I really love it. I love standing here, my eye on the ball. Then I swing. No acting, no lies. I don't have to think. I can just be myself, my raw self. Somehow, I feel like I know what she's getting at. Miyuki swings that back like she's been freed from all the world's troubles. Now that she's gone, now that she's far away, now that I miss her, I finally understand. I'll be perfectly honest. I always hated Aoi. I wanted her gone. I didn't want her to be around, but at the same time I couldn't shut her out. Somewhere deep down I wanted to be her. She was true to others and true to herself, and she always stood up for what she believed in, and I liked that about her. So I decided, maybe I could be like that. Maybe I could learn to be like her, to stop overthinking and start facing my fears head on. And now Shinichi, she turns back to face me. The batting cages are dead silent. Everything comes to a standstill. I'm rooted to the spot like she's got me by the heart. Will you hear me out? I get it. I understand why Miyuki would envy a stubborn, uncompromising girl like Aoi. And now that Aoi's changed her, I know what she's going to say. She's terrified of hurting anyone, and of getting hurt herself. And so she suppressed her feelings for all these years. I want you to know that Huh? What is it? I just heard something. A very familiar meow. Hastily, I look over in the direction of the sound. Edu. Sure enough, it's Aoi's kitten meowing from under the bench. How did you get there from my house, you little furball? Do you want me to follow you or something?
Meow.
Aoi had called Edu a transceiver cat. Sure, maybe it was just one of her delusions. But that very kitten somehow escaped the confines of my house and traveled all this way just to find me. Edu. Shinichi? Before I can take a single step, Miyuki calls out to me. Her voice is shaking, her hands balled into fists. Are you leaving? Right in the middle of our conversation? And you have a choice. And, well, the end of the episode. And, well, hell. I'll explain what it is now because I don't want to take up too much time at the beginning of the next episode with that explanation. This is a choice that we have. Basically, this is the last chance to get onto Miyuki's route, I believe, or get back onto Miyuki's route rather, and to get her ending. But if we continue on, we'll get to Aoi's route. Well, or continue on Aoi's route rather, and get her ending. Not immediately. There's still a few choices between here and there, and a decent number of scenes. I wouldn't say a huge number, but a number of scenes, more than one, more than 5 actually. Or like maybe not more than 5. It depends on how scenes are laid out in this game. So I actually can't say that for sure. But anyway, that's for next time. And well, I hope to see you all there.